This video walks you through constructing the gingerbread 3D card. If you would like to see the video on how I completed my 3D gingerbread card and put it all together, then I'll put the link to that in the description. I actually created this journal as part of the Create a Holiday Journal Papercraft Socials collaboration that was put together by Whitney at Girl Friday Crafts. Click the link in the description to see all the videos in that collaboration. Okay, today we're going to work on the Gingerbread Dreams 3D folio card. This kit comes with actually 3 options for the card, and they are a gingerbread man, that would be George, a gingerbread woman, Ginger, or a gingerbread house. Today I'm going to do the house, and then you have options of paper to use for the back of the cover. I'm going to use this one today, but you have these other. Point out that some of the papers are they go a certain, what am I trying to say? They're directional. So if you're putting this on here, you're going to want to make sure you put it on there this way. Otherwise, you're going to have sideways gumdrops. So I will point that out. On this paper, it doesn't really matter which way you do it. I'll probably do it like this, and this gives me a little extra to use for something else. But I had this idea of something I wanted to do. So that was there. And that should work. That one's there. Do that one in here. I don't want to hammer on this and bust your ears out, so we'll just do this. Pop that one in. Slide it over just a hair. Center it. I think that's pretty good for you. Ta-da! So that was fun. It's just a little brad. A little bit more work than I thought it was going to be, but I was all paranoid. Okay. Now remember that the papers have this little white. If you order them from me, they have the little white around the edges, so you don't want to end up with that in your image. Okay. So what you can do is just kind of trim the edge like this, so you don't risk getting into that white line. And we're going to glue these on here. I am just using my glue stick. That should be fine. And I like to make sure once I get it all on there that I go back and make sure it's really close to the edge, because you want to make sure that the edge is stuck down really well. Glue stick, if it starts peeling apart, you'll be able to stick that glue stick in there and fix it. That won't be a big deal. Again, stick it down. There we go. I'm going to put this off to the side for just a second to dry with like that little strip down them. If you're doing the gingerbread one, that's what they look like. And some sticky there. What we're going to do is to put these 2 pieces together like that, and that is going to be, this will be the front cover of the book. We're going to run this tape along here. What did I have on my tape that's now on my book? I don't know. We'll find out. A little goober. Don't know what that is. Fuzzy stuff from all my other million projects that I'm doing. Okay. I just want to put this on here. So I'm going to try to line it up as best I can. Okay. There we have it. Okay. Now, the next thing we want to do is we're going to get these ready. So what you're going to want to do is, you can see, wish I had my, there it is. That's a score line, that's a score line, that's a score line, that's a score line. So we're going to fold those. Now, you can just wing it like this to line them up. You can do it on the edge of your table if you have a sharp edge to your front of your table where you're working. Whatever works for you. This is now your, basically the basic structure of your journal, see? Just like that. Now the next move is to put the front cover on. Okay? So we're going to need our cover. We better get it cut out. Like I said, the systems have all this extra paper, so don't throw that away. That could be a little tag. So I'm going to cut right along this pink.
Now, because we have these two pieces taped together, just gives us an extra strength because you'll be opening and closing the cover. You want to have good stability. If you're a little bit off with your cut, in most cases you can camouflage it. It's not that big of a deal. So, don't freak out about it. It's just a journal. I do it all the time, and I just try and hide my mistakes. They're not mistakes, they're happy accidents, right? And in a lot of cases, they have turned out to be just that. I was able to make an adjustment, and I looked at it anyway. So, yeah. Okay. Now, it's not covering up my glue stick, trying to dry it out.
Don't be a Sherry. Now, I am putting a little ink on my edges of mine. You don't have to, and if you do, you can do whatever kind you want. You can distress to whatever amount you want, but I like to distress mine, so I am going to do that. And it's not even really distressing so much as just inking, putting a little ink on it. So let me fold these tabs first. And these are, they are going to be a little stiffer because now you've put two pages together. And you're probably thinking, why don't you just print this two-sided? Because then you wouldn't have the stability. You want the stability with this. So you do want to. You can see I got a little bit of pink showing here, but I'm going to ink it, and it's probably not even going to be noticeable once I do that. Let's do that. This is just some ink I got from Amazon. I'll try to put the link in the description. Like I said, I don't go too crazy inking, but I'm just kind of trying to highlight the edges of the book is all I'm doing. But you can do whatever you want. It's your book. And this also kind of hides, kind of helps disguise the white edges of the paper. So that's another reason I like to do it, so you don't see my nasty, terrible cuts hooked to this. So let me put my ink away, and I didn't finish inking this, so let me do that. I already inked it once, but I'm just going to go over the edges one more time. I think we're pretty good. I'm going to ink the part that I hadn't inked because I didn't fold it yet. this thick. Like I said, mine's pretty faint. I don't put a lot of ink on there. Just a little bit. And this is almost like a gingery colored ink, isn't it? So it's just a little something. Not too crazy. But you do what you want. Okay. So these are going to get glued onto here like this. See? Or taped. I should say taped. So you want to try to get an idea of where you want them on here. Where you want them to fall. See? And the easiest way for me, which this actually looks pretty good, the easiest way for me is to get one on and then try to match the other one up to it. Well, that's just what works for me. So we're going to go with that. So we'll do this one first. I'm just going to put a piece of tape on there. And hope I get it right. This is just some two-sided tape I get from Amazon. I'll put the link to that in there. I get a bunch of rolls at once, so when I order it, it's a large pack. So if you don't want that much, that's fine. Okay, so I kind of like lay it on there like that first to see if it's going to work. And then I just kind of push it down. Go up to the, I want to go all the way into the crease. So there's one. Okay. We need to do the other one. So let's put a piece of tape on that. Now, the reason I'm using the two-sided tape and not the glue is I want it to be stable, which the two-sided tape is pretty stable. And also, if you use, liquid glue, then that's a lot of moisture, I guess I'm going to say, on there, and that's not a good idea with paper. So let me try to see where I'm going to put this. This is kind of a tricky part, I'm not going to lie. I think I'm pretty good right there. Let me just double check it. What do you guys think? Pretty good? Let's go for it. I'm going to call it good. So there we have it, just like that. Doo, 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 doo. With our cute little, and because we did that ahead of time, you can't see them. These are going to be little pages in the book. There's 2 of them, and they have a score line you can see on them. So we're going to score that. Going to fold to that score line. Like that. Same with this one. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this up to that score line. See? Just like that. I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing there. Like that. And then it's going to get glued. Same thing with this one. Go up to your little crease here with this. And then that's going to actually get
stuck down with the glue stick. So put that up there. Here's one. And two. And now we're going to glue them, and we're only going to glue, we're not going to glue the tab, we're just going to glue these two pieces together to make our little page. Just like that. So, back to the glue stick. Scrape to the side a little bit. Fold it back over. I'm going to use my blade here to add a little pressure. Okay, let's do this one first. We're going to put the tape on this pink, on the pink strip here. Which tape this? I have some wider tape, but sometimes I worry about, pardon me, using my tape that's too wide. This tape is very, very sticky. Very sticky. I got a tiny little, just a couple little tiny dots of glue on there. Okay. And there we go. I'm going to kind of line it up. I want to make sure that it's going to fit there. I think we're pretty good. And it's not going to fit exactly because you want to have room to add stuff in here. I think I've got it. And if I'm a little bit off, you know, I can always trim it. That's always an option. See, I am a little bit off, but that's okay. I think I'm going to survive. Okay. See, so now we have these two pages. Just like that. In the book. So we have our signature pages all cut. And same thing. Tab. Crease. Okay. Tape's going to go on the pink side where the directions are. It's going to go on there, okay? So tape. Ooh, that was a little wonky, wasn't it? Now you can put yours on this side of your journal if you're a lefty or if that's what works for you. I like it better here on this side, on the right side. And so whatever you want to do, I'm going to leave that up to you. But the one, you'll see the one that has the wide tab here. That is the first one that goes on, okay? First one. So it's going to go here and up by those. This is a little tricky to kind of show on the video, so I'm just going to do the best I can to get it in there. Somewhat straight, which I didn't do. But I'm going to move on because this is just a how-to video. It's not my actual journal that I'm keeping. I just put my tape on the wrong side of these. Next one, I have some of the skinnier version of this tape that I also got from Amazon, so I'm going to use the skinny version here. Oh, that was really sloppy. And then this one is going to go up to that one. Like that. Down and do the next, then the next. If you look at the pages, you can kind of see where the tabs are. And if you want the tabs to go in order like that, then do that. Then you'll see the last page doesn't even have a tab on it. So let me quick slap some tape on here. Part of this journal you will see me with green ribbon, and part of it you will see me with red ribbon. So here we go. This is going to go here. What I do is I try to line it up with something on this side, like say that edge of that, and that way I know that it's in the same place on both sides, and that's the easiest way that I found to do it. I'm going to put a little piece of tape because that holds it kind of until it in place until your glue dries. And it's not going to hurt anything to have it on here because this is all going to get covered up. So don't worry if you have extra tape that's not covered. Now I'll put a few drops of glue on there. Let me see about where I'm at. Somewhere in here. Now my hands are sticky. I'm going to kind of try to line it up. We're going to go with the bottom of that white piece right there. See if I'm close. Well, I almost got it on there. I'm going to move it in a little bit further. Like a little bit more inside. Make sure I'm covered. Now, if you're moving on quickly and this isn't dry, then you can just put a little piece of Scotch tape over to kind of hide it until the glue dries. You want to put it right up against that and then work your way that way so you can trim it. To do this part, I put tape all the way around the outside edge. In here. And the rest is going to be all glue stick. Because that dries quickly, quicker than our tape here, I think, I'm going to peel our strips off first. And then I'm going to put the glue stick on. So go crazy with the glue stick. Put as much glue stick as you want on there. I want this baby to stay down. A couple little drops of glue just because I like to do that. And then remember, make sure that you get it the right way, which is this way, not that way. And I'm hoping I'm in your view here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go right up to this crease here, and I'm going to try to line up the edges on either side and get it right up to that crease there. Shape off, shape off, shape off. I don't want to come. That one had, it was one of the ones where I already had paper on it, so. Try it again. Tape off. Then we glue the stick. As much glue stick as you want. I want this baby to stay down. Keep touching the sticky tape. This is the sloppy version of my construction. This is my sloppy version video where I just slapped everything together. So everything's going to be a little bit off. Oh, okay, that might be a lot off. Oh my gosh. This is what I get for redoing my original video. Do our little binding here, our little edge of our card. Re-squish that. There we go. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to do this one again. Should be fairly easy because you already did it once. But let me just do it. Let's do it one more time here. Put that back where we want it. Okay, so when you're done, it should look like this. Hopefully neater than mine does. And then when I close mine, and now see we've hidden all these tabs that were here. When I close my journal, and this isn't pressed down really well yet, but when I close my journal, I push these pages this way and these pages that way. And keep in mind, this journal doesn't have any of the little extra embellishments in the pockets or anything like that in it yet. This is just to show you how to do the journal, how to construct it. So this is what the finished journal is going to look like. If you look here, you can see that a lot of this stuff doesn't fit flush. That's because you want to have room to add all your other little embellishments and things inside the journal. So that's why that's like that. And then you will have all these sheets of pockets, tags, things like that to put inside your journal. To put inside the journal. So you cut all those out, plan out, and here's some other little embellishments. So you have a few different kinds of pockets. Let me grab these here. And you can put them, this is even a pocket, put them wherever you want, however you want. But first, let me just show you two of the pockets. One looks like this, and you want to fold in your tabs like that, and then fold down this piece. And what we're going to have is a finished pocket. And then this top will fold down like that. See? So what you want to do is you want to glue or tape. We'll use tape because it's faster for us. Where's my skinny tape? I feel like I want to. You can do either one. Like I said, I like to use tape whenever possible. One, because it's faster if I'm recording, but also it's not adding extra moisture to what I'm doing. Fold that back over. And you have a little pocket. And you can put these anywhere you want in the journal. Put in, embellish the front, whatever you want. The other pocket looks like this. You'll see the little dots there where you're going to want to punch it out to run a string through it, because this is a pocket that ties shut, which is really a cute little thing. Fold these in, I guess this way, then like this, and tie it shut. And it's just a kind of fun little different way to do it. That's it. This is the gingerbread folio card. And now it's ready for you to add all of the pockets and all of your embellishments and create something beautiful. This would make a great gift for someone for the holidays. There you have it.